I'm Jeff.
I'm Beth.
This is Bourbon and Balls.
Minus a ball.
Minus a ball. And we've been having a ball tonight.
Yes, we have. So this is take two. There's a little button up here that says record that I didn't hit, and Jeff and I went through. We went through it.
Yeah, we did.
So we're gonna go through it again, but we've already started drinking this.
Yeah.
So we just opened this.
Yep. I will explain this again.
Yes, please do. Please do.
All right. What we're drinking tonight is called Seekers. It is from another Ohio distillery up northern Ohio, up in the Sandusky area, called Everwild Spirits. I happened to be up there this last week for a business trip, and I went looking for liquor stores as I usually do when I'm out of town, and stumbled across this distillery up there. Went in, had myself a flight, and they have 4 expressions, so to speak, that were all very good. I settled on this one, sheerly basically on price. I think the highest price one they had was $120. They had a toasted cask that was like $79, which was very good. Single barrel and bottled and bond is what they had.
Okay.
The bottled and bond was a distillery only. But yeah, if you,
so you couldn't get a bottle to go.
I could have got one to
Okay.
go. Yeah, but I didn't want to pay the $120.
Nope, sure. No.
Yeah. $45 I might be able to explain away, but 120 I'd have a few questions. But yeah, I mean, get online, check them out. Just Google Everwild Spirits. It's a really cool place. Went in, sat at the bar, and like I said, had the flight. It was like $25 for 4 1-ounce pours.
Not bad.
Wasn't bad at all.
No.
So that's what we're drinking tonight. It's 94 proof, and
Barrel 6 or batch 6.
Batch 6, bottle 994.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what I unfortunately, so we opened it up just now. He read the description, which was on the nose. You're going to get some cinnamon and some cracked pepper, which I didn't get. Nope. I didn't get that. I got the cinnamon.
Yep.
But on the taste, toasted marshmallow, caramel, which is pretty standard, the caramel part anyhow. I will tell you, this is really, really good.
Yeah.
That doesn't drink like, and it's a 4-year-old.
It's a 4-year-old, yeah.
It doesn't drink like a 4-year-old. Now I'm thinking back to Charlie's jokes, so I have to excuse myself here. Much more mature, so you don't feel as bad about it. It's very good. It's very good. And I said you guys can't really see too much, but the color, it's really light. It's more gold than amber.
Yeah.
So I was hesitant.
Yeah,
skeptical.
When you see something this light, you're immediately like, oh, this is a young.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a fireball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's not hot at all.
Not at all.
The marshmallow is definitely prominent in it.
Yeah, and I get like a butterscotch right at the nose too. That just a sweet.
Yeah. It is. So I said I have a Taylor, my coworker, goes to Erie a lot because that's where she's from. She's there this weekend, and I wish I would have known this.
Yeah.
2 days ago, I would have said, "Hey, find me a bottle of this." But she'll go back up again, and we'll get her to grab some.
And I stopped in a liquor store. I stopped in a couple Kroger stores. When I'm out of town, I like to hunt around.
Sure.
And, once I got south of Sandusky, couldn't find it. It's
I have a little more.
You may have more. Yes.
Thank you.
This is one of those things that we talk about, within the state, and if the wine's listening at all, allowing these craft distillers or any distillery within the state of Ohio to ship within the state, it only helps these small distilleries out, these craft distillers. Because you can't find it down here in Southwest Ohio.
Right.
I would have never known about it.
And it's, I mean, if I'm at our Kroger's, and I hadn't heard about it, but it's $45, I'll look it up and see what I think. And then I'd probably buy a bottle without hesitating, you know.
Yeah, and it, like I said, it could be like a Midwest distillery or a watershed
Sure.
distillery out of Columbus, and eventually it may make its way down here. Um, I don't know, but if you're ever up in the Sandusky area, it's right on the coast, right up there, and straight north from Sandusky. Um, Little shop right there on the road, and it's great, great little place.
And on our live earlier tonight, we tasted a couple things.
We did.
We tasted, well, we had Benchmark go up against
Midwest Spirits.
Midwest Spirits, and so I don't know what's that Midwest. What's it cost? What's that bottle cost?
That Midwest Spirits was about $45.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it went up against Benchmark, which won last week.
Right.
And I wasn't here last week for it, so I don't know that I've had Benchmark. I may have. If anybody out there is watching and they know how to make an app. This is what we need. Not me personally, but we need an app like Untapped, but for bourbons. So have you heard of Untapped?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to be able to log my bourbons in so I know what I've had and what I've rated it so I know if I like it. Because when I leave here tonight, I may remember one or two, but I'm not going to remember all. And like the 12 blind that we did, I'm not going to remember all 12
That's
of
why
those.
I keep my sheets and take pictures.
I know. But if I had an app, I could do it right then, and then it's locked and loaded forever.
Yeah, and right now I don't know if there's anything like that on the market. I mean, we know only drams.
Yeah.
And that you can.
But that's your home bourbons.
Right. And then there's a whiskey shelf, which is kind of the same as only drams. I don't know if there's anything out there right now that.
And it's like there's a couple of wine ones out there where you can log every bottle of wine you have. And I do like wines, and I'm a big wine drinker, but there's nothing there that I could say, hey, I went to, Ruth Chris's the other night and I had a bottle of Shiraz and it was this and log it in. So next time I go and I look at the menu and I like, that looks familiar. Did I have it? And I can say, oh yeah, I did. I like that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'd love to have that for bourbon.
Especially the older that we get, it's like, I can't remember yesterday. It's like, shit, I know I drank that, but I don't remember what it tastes like.
Certain things will stick in my head and it's, it's almost like my short-term memory forgets.
Yeah. I kind of joke around. I know it's not a very tasteful joke, but I talk about, my memory issues. I say, it's just my CTE acting up.
Yeah.
My 15 years of playing ball and everything,
but that could be. And I joke so anybody who knew me pre-2020 will tell you I had an incredible memory. I don't forget anything. I got COVID in November of 2020 and my long-term memory, and here's the thing. We could say it was COVID. We could say it was when I got vaccinated. Something effed me up.
Yeah, yeah.
And my memory has been shot ever since.
Wow.
But I've also obviously gotten 4 years older.
Yeah.
But it was after that. So it was either, I had it in November 2020, and because of my job, I got vaccinated pretty early. So I got vaccinated in January of 21. So I can't tell you which one it was.
Yeah.
But something effed me up.
Yeah.
So,
and I got COVID too around that time, and maybe I don't remember.
Well, and long-term COVID's a very real thing.
Yeah. Well, my neighbor had it he had no taste or smell for 2.5, 3 years.
Oh yeah. Now, fortunately, I never lost taste or
I didn't
smell.
either. Yeah.
And never had a fever.
Nope.
I
just slept for 4 days.
And I was sore.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, I gotta get up, move more. And then I tested positive. They're like, no, this is what it is. I was like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better about it. But yeah, I would have never tested if my coworker didn't test positive.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. I'm like, it's gonna come back negative. I get this way every year because of allergies and everything. So I wake up on a Monday morning fully expecting to go to work and it's gonna say negative, and then I'm like, nope. Guess I'll have the next week off.
Yeah. Well, and I think I mentioned this before, like a lot of people, that's kind of when I really got into bourbon. I drank bourbon and drank whiskey, prior to all that, but I drank it for an effect, to get a good buzz going, and have a good time. Oh yeah. But, during that pandemic, I was able to enjoy it, and understand it and learn more about the history of everything. And that's what I'm really involved in, was the history of how bourbon is, where it came from, and and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I'm still learning all that. 2020 is when we opened our brewery.
Oh, jeez.
So January 2020 is when we opened.
And come March.
Come March, we pivot was our favorite word, and so so Memorial Day weekend is actually we considered our anniversary because that's when we were able to open our beer garden and have people drink the beers there. Because before that, it was all carry out.
Yeah.
Come get a growler fill, take it home. We did some canning. So I learned more about beer and beer making, and not that I was pretty well versed on beer anyhow, and taste buds and all that, but learning how to do it and all that. And, my brewer is an amazing scientist, mad scientist.
Wow.
So he's taught me a lot. So.
Yeah.
Well, let's get Charlie starting to come in.
We are going to bring Charlie in, and if we've been talking all this time and really haven't told you, Charlie is out on vacation, getting some time away.
Thank God.
We did have him in on the live stream for a little bit, and we're going to try and get him in here on this one to talk some sports in the Balls Report.
The Balls Report. So we'll give him. He's logging on now. So hopefully we'll see him here in a second. And we've got a couple of things because of our executive producer, John Arthur, or Johnny Knives. If you haven't followed him yet on Instagram or YouTube, Johnny Knives 45. If you can't find that, look for John Arthur. But he's pretty interesting to watch. He believes so. There he is.
Yeah.
Okay, he's coming on.
I think you need to add him to the stage.
I think he does it himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, I can do that. Okay, there we go. Do what? Oh, we don't want that.
Hold on, I can't hear you, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yep, go say it again.
Now, can you hear me?
Why does that do that?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So we admitted that we messed up and had to start again.
Oh, okay. That's
until we texted you, we didn't see the little record button in the top.
Oh shit!
It went perfect.
It was awesome.
Yeah, we had a great
best show ever.
Yeah. I went. Did we hit record?
We did not. So
this is the continuation.
Yes. So we're ready for the report, and we're trying the Seekers.
Oh, what is that?
It is. I don't know.
Okay.
But
what's it called?
Seekers from
Everwild Distillery or Everwild Spirits up in Sandusky, Ohio.
It is delicious.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's a $45 bottle, 95 proof, right?
94 proof.
Yeah. 94 proof. But it's only a 4-year bourbon. Charlie, this does not. What is that?
Oh, sorry, that's Bob.
Does not drink like a 4-year-old.
No.
Okay.
I thought about you when I was saying.
I bet you did.
You might want to edit that one out.
So we're going to talk about some sports.
Yeah.
I don't have the Balls Report in front of me. You know what? I do. Hold on.
Well, while you're pulling it up, I'll tell you one of the things is 5 games. They're going to have 5 games this year out of the country.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
The NFL.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Well, I mean,
I get an exhibition game or two, but
yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, they want to bring in, get the international market. I mean, look what they're doing as far as bringing players in the league. Like they signed the 2 rugby players. Kansas City signed one,
but we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's they're trying to integrate it, but
Are we starting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's all right. So we were looking at the report where Johnny Knives had talked about there are the schedule will be released on 5/15, and out of that, 5 games are going to be international, and I'm just not a fan of that. My hesitation is the travel wear and tear on the bodies of the players.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's going to be 1 game in Brazil, 1 in Germany, and 3 in England. Now, what teams go, I don't know.
But here's the thing: you let's say you play a Thursday night game.
Yeah, right.
Let's say you're the Cincinnati Bengals. You play a Thursday night game. The next Sunday, you're in Brazil, and then you got to come back and play again the next Sunday. Or what if
I'd imagine they're not going to do that.
Well, I mean,
you're not going to get a bye. You're not going to do it on their bye week.
Are they going to move forward? Does anybody know whether or not they're going to move forward with this new 18-game schedule and have 2 byes? That may be how they handle it, because they were talking about
perhaps
every team get 2 byes throughout the year, and if you're going to be traveling to one of these other countries, that will obviously benefit you.
If you're doing a bye week, I could understand it.
I saw an interview with Roger Goodell, and he wants the 2 byes. He wants the 18 games because what that does is it actually pushes the calendar 1 more week, and the Super Bowl then lands on a 3-day weekend. Which is President's Day, and ideally that's what they want. They want the Super Bowl Sunday to be on a 3-day weekend, and they're only 1 weekend away from that. So he wants to do that, and then he also talked about eventually long-term goal is he wants an out of the country game every single week.
Wow.
So it's coming.
Well, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I know. It's coming.
It's it's like soccer to me, or football in other countries. You do your thing in your country, and then maybe we can have an international, but it's the National Football League,
right?
And I'm certainly not, saying anything negative about other countries. I'm not. It's a travel time. This is a United States thing. Why are we? Other players. I get it. We get football players. We get rugby players. I'm sorry, soccer players, rugby players. All of that. We get all of those that come here and play. Good for them. I'm glad for them. But I think it is hard on the body. If anybody has traveled out of the country, even for vacation, those 10, 12-hour flights, even if you're flying first class and you get the free champagne, which all of them are, and I get that, it's hard on the body to do that. And I think it compromises the game.
Yeah, no, I get it. But it's definitely coming. I think Roger Goodell wants every weekend, and then he wants 1 more game, and it's going to push it to President's Day weekend.
And I get that, pushing it to President's Day, but President's Day is not a federal holiday. Not everybody gets it all.
No.
But
I have to take a vacation day if I want to do it.
And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer either, but the more you fly, the more you risk.
Yeah.
And I just worry about a team losing a whole team.
Yeah.
Well, shit happens, and like I said, I'm not trying to be, Marshall. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but the more you're doing it, the more you're at risk.
Yeah.
And I just don't know financially that it's going to be,
that's the problem. It is financially going to be.
Is it?
It's more lucrative, and that's how the salary cap can go up, and all the expansions and adding the extra game, all that stuff. So I mean, there's cities out there that are building a multi-purpose stadium for them to play the football at. They're hoping to play one at Real Madrid at some point here soon.
Well, let's just bring hurling into the country, and
yes,
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we also heard about Jared Goff. Let's talk about him.
Yeah. Just tonight, the Lions have extended Jared Goff's contract, 4 years, $212 million, $53 million a year. Just read about that, an hour ago?
Yep.
So
he's the second one under Burrow. He's just behind Burrow on payment.
Yeah, Burrow is $54 million, and he's $53 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if if there was a guarantee. I didn't read that much into the article on it, but I'm sure there's
something.
Guarantee on there. And speaking of contract extensions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers also extended Antoine Winfield, a 4-year, $84.1 million contract, $45 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid defensive back. So that was another announcement tonight. So a lot of people making some big money.
Well, you wait. They're gonna announce Patrick Mahomes before too long. I heard they're redoing his again.
Oh yeah. That should be coming up here pretty soon too.
Yeah, they'll do that during the off season. So you're gonna see the quarterback market start to get reset again.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
On the Bengals front, as much as I dislike talking about the Bengals, Trey Hendrickson has decided to come back to the team after asking for a trade.
Well, yeah, of course he did.
Yeah, he showed back up at camp today. Don't know the details behind it, if they've worked out a deal or not, but he is back on the practice field with the Bengals. But leaving the Bengals is
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd. Yep.
Going to the Titans.
So
see how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was secretly hoping he'd come to the Steelers, but
that did not happen.
Did not happen.
Did not happen.
It is what it is.
Yep. And MLB. Are you an MLB fan? We didn't really talk about that. Have you?
I watch every now and then. We talked about this last week. Back in the '90s when they had the strike in the World Series, was that they didn't have the World Series that year or the playoffs or whatever. I kind of it killed it for me then.
Yeah, I get that.
And I just haven't really gotten back into it. Every now and then, if the Pirates are doing good, maybe. The Reds I thought were really going to be good this year, but they kind of stunk to this point. So,
but the Pirates got that new pitcher.
They did,
and so they Paul Skeen Skeens, I think is how it's pronounced.
I watched that debut. That was quite the debut he had.
He beat up on my Cubbies.
Yeah,
he had 7 strikeouts and 4+ innings.
Yeah.
But then they had that rain. They had like a 2-hour rain delay. But the Bucks came back and won. They won.
Yeah.
Showed a lot of chutzpah his first game out.
His first batter he faced, he went full count and finally struck him out.
Yeah.
He was throwing some pretty stinky stuff there.
He was over 100. He was over 100. So
yeah,
he's going to be one to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we got Mike Trout, who had back surgery, and he's ready to come back, or he's getting ready to come back.
Mike Trout's going to be one of those players. He's going to go down as the new Tony Gwynn, the best player never to win a ring.
I know. I hate it for him. I love Mike Trout.
Yeah.
He's a all-around player, and he seems like a good guy.
Seems like it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've not met him, but he seems like it.
You just kind of tell that. Kind of like Jason Kelsey. You can just tell he's a good guy you want to sit down and have a beer with, smoke a cigar.
Yep.
You know what, Travis or Jason? Say Travis or Jason Kelsey.
He said Jason.
I said Jason.
He said Jason. It's not Travis. We know you don't like that.
Remember Trailer, right? Remember Trailer.
All right. You're about to get me all roused up.
I know. Calm
down. Let's see what else we got. As of Friday, Dodgers and Phillies are separating themselves as the best.
They're out there. I mean, I think the National League is going to be hard to beat in the World Series this year.
Man, I don't know. It's just the Phillies. Okay.
Well, you're a Pittsburgh fan.
Yeah, but
I like watching them. I like watching them. I've always been a Dodger fan. Like, obviously, I'm a Cubs fan, but I like watching them. I mean, I remember way back in the Fernando Valenzuela and Oral Hershiser days, and I love my favorite memory of baseball. What really, really, really kind of solidified me being a baseball fan was the 1988 World Series when I knew I was going to forget his name. Came up to bat and hit a home run off of Dennis Eckersley to win. Kirk Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of the best. Aside from being there and watching it, I mean, it was one of the best TV moments in sports that I've ever witnessed. And it just kind of, like I said, that just solidified me being a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
And a Kirk Gibson fan. But yeah, I loved watching it.
Yeah, and like I said, I used to be a really big fan. I was heavy into card collecting and
Sure.
trading and all that kind of stuff. And I had a guy at a local card shop that was, on first name basis. But that strike just killed it for me.
Yep,
And,
I understand.
Well,
it's hard to respect somebody who is making, and back then, say,
yeah,
$15 million a year, and they're pissed off they're not making more.
Right.
But it goes back to what we talked about 2 weeks ago when it was, we were talking about Caitlin Clark making, $76,000 a year. If you don't pay it, and I'm going to say this, I was flipping through my channels the other day, and they were like WNBA full court pass, and I was like, oh, how much is this going to be on my, $12.99 a month, which is it's nothing. But I was like, I'm not paying that. And I said it because I'm not going to be able to watch all the games.
Yeah.
If I were able to sit and watch more games, I would pay it.
Yeah.
It's $12.99 is worth it. For what, 4 months maybe? You're not paying. Yeah. I mean, 4 or 5 months. But Disney Plus kind of leads into Disney Plus is going to play or stream the first 2 games tomorrow night. So Caitlin Clark and the Iowa or the Indiana Fever,
right?
Whoever they play, and then I believe Chicago Sky and Angel Reese's team is also going to stream tomorrow night. So if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, which you've already missed it because this is Thursday, but on the 14th they streamed them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I love the Disney supporting that and trying to help make things happen there. So
yeah, and I have Verizon, so I get Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN Plus all free. So I like that a lot. and I saw that the what is she, is she the president of the league or whatever? I don't know what that title would be, but she was saying that they are ready for the prime time for the WNBA they're ready to start absorbing it and start doing something with it.
And I think they are. I think, like I said, a couple weeks ago, Charlie and I talked about it. I don't know if you were here or not. I don't know if it was you or Bob. The freshman team this year coming in.
Oh, yeah.
They're an amazing group of women, and they have so much talent. And if anybody's going to get this league started, it's going to be them.
Mm-hmm.
That one girl I forgot what she plays for. She was a beast. I think for South Carolina. She's on the DL already.
Really?
Cordova?
Real tall lady.
I think it might be Cordova.
Okay. She's out for about 3 or 4 months or something like that. With shoulder surgery. Well, anyways. But you know what? The fact that I even know that says something about women's.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
The fact that I even know who Caitlin Clark is for me is like
no, and that's a big step. You've got middle-aged white men who know straight white men the gay men are never going to know who she is still to this day, but who knows who she is and those kind of things. It's amazing and it's exciting about where the league's going to go. So
good.
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
This is good.
He's trying to get me drunk.
I see that. Watch, you guys will both end up spending the night at the house.
No. I got to work in the morning.
Yep,
somebody's got to hold it down.
Okay, I guess so. So I don't know if you guys already talked about this in your first segment. Obviously, another reminder for our live stream, our special live stream on Monday for our virtual blind.
And even if you aren't participating, I think
it'd be fun.
Failed to talk about that. If you're not participating, that's fine. Tune in, learn about the different bourbons that we're going to be testing. Hear what other people, aside from the 3 of us, have to say about those bourbons.
Right.
And then we'll do another one for June.
Yeah.
We'll pick a date at some point. 3 of us will get together. And then did you guys let everybody know about a future show? We don't know when we're going to air it, but what we're doing this Friday.
Now, we talked about that in the live stream, but we haven't talked about it yet. But this Friday, the 17th, we're going down to was it Northside Distillery?
Northside, yep.
down in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Friday evening.
Friday evening.
Friday evening.
Yeah, Friday evening.
So, but yeah, we're going down there Friday evening to tape show down at the north side. So,
Yep.
Excited about that. I know I've had some of their stuff from here at your place, right? But I don't.
Yeah, that won our recent bourbon.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'm excited to get down there and try some stuff out there in the
Yeah.
distillery tap room. Is it called a tap room? If it's a distillery?
No, it's just
a
tasting
distillery.
room.
tasting room, maybe. I don't know what but
Okay.
That was super loud, Charlie.
yeah.
All right.
We do have one other thing, and thanks to Bob, if anybody watched the live stream.
Oh yes.
He, the Kentucky Derby was very successful in his pick on that.
Yes.
And he has a recommendation for
two technically,
right? For the Preakness, which is this Saturday.
This coming
right?
Saturday. Mm-hmm.
He says to go with Muth and Mystic Dan,
first and second,
and Box'em.
Yes.
I don't know what any of that means.
No. But if it rains,
then go Dan.
Dan should be first.
Yeah. So that's per Master Bob.
And Bob did. If you've seen the clip of him getting very excited, he did win some money.
Yep.
And it was decent money.
Yes, it was.
And I think he only put $20 on.
Right.
So.
And Mystic Dan's at 15-1, I think he said.
Yeah.
And he was 18-1 at the Kentucky Derby. So
he did very well. I mean, he's not going to retire tomorrow, but he did very well.
Did very well.
So I'm going to have to put some money down.
Yeah, I might have to as well. I'm not much of a horse rate, better, but
I'm not much of a gambler at all.
No,
Go, Dan, go! Go! Mr. Dan, go!
So there you go. I know.
Go!
What happened? So there you got it.
He can't hear you.
Mr. Dan, come on, Dan, go! Come on, Dan, hold him! Hold him, go, Dan, go!
I was worried about blinds getting messed up.
Holy shit!
I'm like, don't get
All
up on the table.
I had to show that. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So make those bets. Tune in Monday for the virtual live stream.
We will.
And also, real quick, FC Cincinnati beat their rivals over the weekend.
Right.
For the first time ever on the road, they beat Columbus Crew, which was the MLS Cup champions last year, which, that was a revenge game for us. We should have won that game last year. However, we won for the very first time up in Columbus.
Yeah.
Lucio Acosta had an assist and also a goal. And you got to watch those highlights, man. He's something else to watch. But thanks to him, we stay pace with Miami. They're just they're an all-star team. Messi and the rest of his friends are down there, and they're just tearing up the league. So I think it's their year this year, but FC is starting to get on a roll again like they did last year. So
I plan on abusing you for tickets for long, especially with warmer out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think we're going to get off here because, again, I'm at low battery.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I got to keep this thing charged. But in the meantime, thanks, Charlie, for signing in and being with us, even though you're on vacation.
Yep.
And we'll be all back together next week.
We'll be all here on Monday.
That's right. Monday night.
In the meantime,
I'm Jeff.
I'm Charlie.
Say it again.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Beth. Peace, love, and bourbon.
All right, we'll see you guys. All right.
Bye.